When Geraldine and I tell our girls about growing up in the 80s and 90s, it's like talking about a whole different planet. We used to play outside till the streetlights came on. We drank straight out of the water hose, ran everywhere, explored, got lost, got hurt, busted our knees, our heads, and our butts. Nobody knew where we were, what we were doing, or who we were with. I'm Chris Jones. I'm a rocket scientist, a minister, and a girl dad. And I have a theory about why childhood and everything else feels different now. Because gravity hasn't changed, but the price of a trip to the hospital has. Blue jeans, Jordans, gas, groceries, and health insurance. Everything is more expensive, and it's scaring us out of risk, innovation, and the joy of life itself. It was more affordable to fall, to fail, to get back up. And our parents trusted America enough to let us run free. Bankruptcy was for gamblers and crooked real estate developers, not middle-class families, not teachers, not cancer patients. I'm running for Congress because the fall of the American working class wasn't an accident. It was a political decision. Meet my congressman, French Hill, the most powerful banker in America. He's my opponent, but he's your problem too. He chairs the Financial Services Committee and fights anything that looks like consumer protection. The law to limit overdraft fees to $5.
This is a change that could save American households $5 billion in overdraft charges every year.
French Hill killed it. Yep, they even found a way to make being broke more expensive. If there's anybody who's gotta go, it's him. I'm blessed. I studied hard, earned 2 degrees from Morehouse College, then 2 masters and a PhD from MIT. I married my best friend, who's a combat veteran and an ER doctor. God gave us 3 beautiful daughters, and along that journey, I earned the votes of 319,000 Arkansans who believe we deserve better. I have good news for you. You can still go outside till the streetlights come on. We call it organizing. Just you and a few friends fighting for your freedom, standing up for each other. We have 12 months to win this election. We have a poll that makes this a 1-point race and a grassroots organization that has been growing for 3.5 years. This district is full of fighters. We're doing the hard work, and we need you to join us.
It's time for a little comedy, a little content, and a lot of conversation. It's the Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube. Now here's your host, Geno Jones.
Hey, I'm back. Are you back? If you weren't back last night, Monday night, I am here tonight. It's day number 2, show 2 of a brand new year, 2026. Happy New Year. If this is your first day back, it was off for a couple of weeks for the holiday. Yes, the Geno Jones Show, right here, right now. Shout out one of my sponsors, big sponsors. Shout out to Murray's Mortuary and Mayor Chardale Murray, the town of Hollywood, South Carolina. We appreciate your support. Thank you for being a sponsor of the Geno Jones Show. So tell everybody to subscribe to the channel, subscribe, share. You can do a screenshot, rip some of the video, chop it up into 30 seconds or 60 seconds or 2 minutes or whatever, 3 minutes, make it go viral. You got my permission. And tell everybody, because we need, about 30, like 37? About 37 new subscribers will become a YouTube partner. That means YouTube will monetize my media company and the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. So go 100,000. We're gonna have 100,000 by I'm gonna say my birthday, which is in May 20th. Because yesterday I said the 4th. I said Juneteenth day. So I'm moving it back because you gotta think big, you gotta dream big, you gotta name it and claim it. You gotta speak it into existence, like my grandmother Jean Jones used to tell me all the time. She taught me as a little boy, Jeannie. She would say, name it and claim it. Speak it into existence. And that's what we have to do. We got to speak it into existence. We got to speak the positive. We got to block out, keep out the anxiety, the bad energy, the bad spirits, the bad people, the bad vibes, the negativity, the stress. Rebuke all that bad energy. Rebuke it. Rebuke the enemy, as my grandmother said, Satan, I rebuke you in the name of the Lord. That's what we got to do for 2026. We got to get rid of the toxic people, the toxic energy, the toxic food, the toxic thoughts, anything that's toxic, you name it. Music, something on TV, anything that will create that toxicity and will cause your body to release that cortisol, which is the stress hormone, fight or flight, which is only supposed to be released on like rare special occasions in like short doses. We're not supposed to walk around in a constant state of fight or flight because cortisol is not good for your body if it is constantly coursing through your veins. So I digress. Look, I'm not a doctor. This is not Grey's Anatomy. It's the Geno Jones Show. But 2026, I just want to start off with some positive messages and get us all to bet on ourselves, to believe in ourselves, to bet on our brothers and sisters, to bet on those who share a sense of common humanity and compassion and empathy and decency and morality, and that has a heart that wants to help people and to see everybody win, because there's way enough for everybody to win and everybody to do. Yes, it can happen. Speak it into existence. Name it and claim it. If you can see it, if you can visualize it, if you can close your eyes and see it, you can achieve it. That's real. My grandfather would say, you do what you want to do when you want to do it bad enough. How bad do you want it? As bad as you want what, the cigarettes or the weed or the Mountain Dew and the potato chips and the waffle fries from Chick-fil-A, or to bet on the game tonight, or whatever it may be, to buy that pair of shoes that you don't need, whatever it is. You want to do something bad, and when you want it bad enough, you do what you want to do when you want to do it bad enough. You do what you want to do. Conway Jones said, you do what you want to do when you want to do it bad enough. When you want it bad enough, you do what you want. You will do what you need to do. Words of wisdom. Words of wisdom. All right, everybody. Hello. By the way, shout out to everybody that's watching live right now. So jump on my chat room. Let me know who is watching. Shout out to my mom who's watching. I had the honor. I got a chance to surprise her 2 days after Christmas. I flew into Chicago from Memphis. I spent Christmas Eve and Christmas Day in Memphis with my daughter, Lauren Hill Vaughn, and my son-in-law, Jonathan, and his family, his mom, Annette, and Johnny, and his sister Tish, and his brother, and all of his nieces. And we just had a great time. And my daughter had, like I told you last night, she had the gender reveal celebration. She's having a boy, Hendrix, spelled with an X, Blue, that's spelled B-L-E-U. My daughter's brilliant. Both of them are. Hendrix, Blue, Vaughn. So congratulations to Boogie, and Jonathan, and little Hendrix, who is just baking in the oven, baking in Boogie's oven. June 20th, so that is the scheduled date, delivery date, due date as they call it. When is what's the due date? June 20th, which is actually 1 month, exactly 1 month from my birthday, May 20th. It's amazing, man, how things happen. It's amazing how God works, isn't it? Absolutely. So we are out of the holiday now. The holiday is over, but I am encouraging the same energy, the same movement of the holiday blackout. Once again, the way to get people's attention with money and power is to dig in their pockets. And when people show you, when they show you who they are and what they believe in, and who they believe in, and who they support, and who they don't support, believe them. I'm paraphrasing Maya Angelou had to say, when people show you who they are, believe them the first time. So these billionaires and corporations, they have shown us multiple times they don't give a shit about any of us. If you're not a billionaire, they don't give a shit about you. Regardless of what your ethnicity is, your whiteness doesn't matter, your red MAGA hat don't matter, these billionaires don't give a shit about you. It's clear. You lost your health care, or you can't afford it now. You had Obamacare, the Affordable Care Act, and you were getting the subsidies. And the majority of people that's losing their subsidies, they live in these MAGA supporting states. But I digress. That's not today's monologue, not at all. But I'm encouraging everybody, let's be strategic. There's power. Our dollars have a lot of power. The scene from the movie Soul Food. Big Mama said, when you punch somebody with your fingers out like that, you don't have much power. But when you bring those fingers together, form a fist, you got a lot of power. Collectively, we as a culture, we got a lot of power, especially over $2 trillion with a T, $2 trillion in spending power. That is a whole hell of a lot of power. It's a lot of power. So we got to use it judiciously. And to paraphrase, to quote my grandmother, Jean Jones, she would say, Jeannie, don't beg nobody to take your money. People, CEOs, corporations don't respect you and your community and your culture. They don't respect your money. So you don't beg nobody to take your money. You don't respect me, you don't respect my money. So you're not doing me a favor to let me shop with your establishment, or to shop in your business, or to spend my money with your company, your business. No, I'm doing you a favor, partner. And if enough of us realize that, and we step into that power, baby, it's a wrap. It is a wrap. So our dollars got a lot of power, so we got to use that power. What's this song back in the 90s? I got the power. You heard me talking about it by Snap. I got the power. You, me, we've got the power. The billionaires may control the majority of the wealth, but the people really got the power when they come together. And that's what scares the shit out of these billionaires. I digress. So the main message with that part of the monologue is that we got to really be strategic and support black-owned businesses, support businesses that support our culture and the community. Now, I get it. All skin folk ain't kinfolk. Everybody that looks like you or me, they don't support the community. Just because they look like us, they don't support us necessarily. All right. Hello, I can shout out some names. Stephen A. Smith. I can shout out, Nelly and 50 Cent and all them. Snoop was at, I get you. I get all that. So the point I'm trying to make, yes, all skin folk ain't kinfolk. You got some black MAGAs, but the majority of black Americans, we understand the assignment. We understand what time it is, because 92% of women and 80% of black men voted for humanity and compassion and decency and empathy, and didn't vote for this nonsense, this madness, this chaos and corruption and confusion and all of it and everything that's going along with it, and kidnapping presidents of foreign countries and locking one up from Venezuela for a drug trafficker. But a month ago, you released the biggest drug trafficker in the history of America, who's the former president of Honduras, Mr. Juan Orlando Hernandez. Over 400 tons of cocaine. I digress. Go back and watch last night's show. I talked about that. But once again, we got the power. So let's be smart and strategic. Let's support our community. Let's support the culture. Let's support each other. Because we do that. But the media is not going to pay attention. They're not going to shine a light and pay attention to that, because that is not the narrative. That is not the story. That is not what they want the world to see. That is not what they want us as a culture and a community to see. They want us to believe the bullshit. And, you know, black folks don't stick together. No, the majority of black folks, we do stick together and work together. But we don't focus on it because this media, the larger corporate media that we don't own, they don't focus on it. Because they don't want us, they don't want that message out there for a whole lot of reasons. Okay. This is really wasn't part of the monologue, but it was just, man, it was placed on my spirit to share that because this is my second show of a brand new year, 2026. It's going to be an incredible year, and by force, because I saw it happening in 2025. As the months went on, we are forced to realize that we are all we got now. The government's not going to save you. As a matter of fact, if you are a black person in America, the government is doing everything that they can, to take everything they can from you, from our history, jobs. The black unemployment rate is at 8%. Over 400,000 black women have lost jobs. Probably just as many black men. For the black employment is twice as high as it is for white America. And it's kind of always been that. But now it's a little different because the employment for especially white men, has gone down. But the unemployment rate for black people has spiked. So it's clear, we're all we got. I'm good with that. You know, Orange Hitler declaring diversity, DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, just declaring it illegal when I act Congress, but now you had a lot of these punk-ass CEOs and companies saying, well, you know, the president said that diversity, equity, and inclusion is illegal. So they got rid of all their diversity, equity, and inclusion programs and fired. Basically, that was a free pass to fire a bunch of black people, primarily. So it's clear we're all we got. We can remix and re-engineer this anti-diversity, equity, and inclusion. So as I've been saying, let's anti-DEI, our own talent, our own treasure. We're going to anti-DEI our dollars. And we have enough talent. We have enough black-owned businesses. I was telling you about sources like Nile.co. It's a website. They say no, we're not Amazon, but it's black-owned. But it's a marketplace where you can buy virtually anything. And it's got buttons that you can click that tells you where you can find the best black-owned grocery stores and hotels and villas and restaurants and churches and a whole lot more, all across America. Nile, a Black Nile, blacknile.co, not C-O-M, blacknile.co. Check out that website, and there's a lot more. Buy from a black woman, buy from a black man, a whole lot of them that are out there. So make sure you support them, all right? Listen, if you're a Will Downing fan, I got some great news. We will have Will Downing, hopefully, on the show this week. He's got a brand new song. I'm waiting on the video. And it's going to be a great year. A lot of great guests, old school, new school artists, new artists, and a whole lot more. All that is coming to the Geno Jones Show, so get ready for that. If you're a Janet Jackson fan, Janet posted a video recently saying she thinks everybody is in for a treat in 2026. So we're like, okay, we got Janet, we got a new album coming out finally. We have another tour. You got another tour in you, because Janet is approaching this year in May, because Janet's birthday is about 6 days. I think her birthday is around the 14th or 15th. So I know it's a little less than a week before my birthday on May 20th. So Janet's hitting the big 6-0. Yeah. And she looks amazing. She has some pictures on Instagram, I think from New Year's Eve. Spelt girl got that. Yeah. You know, looking good. Black don't crack. If you just take care of yourself, get some rest, drink some water, eat some healthy food, exercise, move that body, you're gonna be all good. So get ready for that. All right, in closing today, I would be remiss, it would be negligent of me to not acknowledge that 5 years ago today, Orange Hitler sent a violent criminal mob of racist, misogynist, sexist thugs to storm the United States Capitol to find and hang his own vice president at the time, in his first term, Mike Pence. And you had the domestic terrorists came with their own gallows and hangman noose, talking about hang Mike Pence, hang Mike Pence. So they came to hang Mike Pence. They came to kill Nancy Pelosi, and Congressman Jim Clyburn, who was my congressman. And basically, they were looking, they were sent by Orange Hitler. But his punk ass stayed back in the White House. But he sent the mob down there. A violent criminal mob where you had over 1,000, they were arrested and taking part of trying to stop the peaceful transfer of presidential power. Violent mob, attacked and beat with sticks and poles and tried to take the guns of police officers, Capitol police officers and others. Some of those police officers died from a result of their physical injuries and just the mental trauma and the stress that they had to endure. 5 years ago today, January 6, 2021. A mob that was a violent mob to overthrow, basically, because it was a period of transition to stop that peaceful transfer of power from then President-elect Joe Biden from taking his rightful seat as the next president. Because yes, Orange Hitler, you lost. It wasn't stolen from you. Nope, it wasn't rigged. It wasn't fake news. You lost. If anything is rigged and fake, it's you. So here we are. Stu got back in office. Here we are. Now you're getting the worst version. But sometimes you have to hit rock bottom just to realize, I took it for granted. I didn't realize that it could really get this bad. Well, now it's worse than it's worse than a lot of people. Now, many of us, like myself, I'm not bragging. We warned you, we told everybody about Project 2025 because Orange Hitler is just a figurehead. It's the billionaires behind him. It's the Elon Musks. It's the Peter Thiels. It's the Mark Zuckerbergs. It's that crowd. Bill Ackerman. Then you got the Stephen Millers, hardcore racists with the big glow ball light bulb head. And these racists and misogynists behind them, and these billionaires that just don't give a shit, that just want to become richer by basically taking away all the money that supports the social programs and the social safety net for hundreds of millions of Americans. And that would cause Orange Hitler to use the military to kidnap the president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro. But you still left the same regime in place. So you kidnap and arrest their president, but everybody else that was part of his regime and government still in place. So you could, and Orange Hitler said the quiet part out loud. The quiet part out loud. Yeah, we're taking the oil. We're gonna take the oil. But this oil, there's a reason why the majority of this oil is still in the ground. Venezuela has the largest oil supply in the world. It's in Venezuela, not in Saudi Arabia, not in the United States, not in the Middle East where you think, not in Russia, no, in Venezuela. But that oil is a different kind of oil. It's heavier, it's harder to convert to be used as gasoline for your car or your home. It's dirtier, it's thicker, it costs more money. But these big companies, Chevron, Exxon, all of them, Amoco, they're ready to get in there. Shell, they're ready to get back in there. So if Orange Hitler has, but for that to happen, it's going to have to be boots on the ground. And guess what? Barron Trump's little skinny ass, his little skinny punk ass, Barron Trump ain't going over to Venezuela. MAGA cult and everybody else, poor working class Americans, some people that's watching me now, it'll be your sons, it'll be your daughters, it'll be your nephew, your nieces, it might be your grandchildren, it might be you or your spouse. So they want to send, they want to send the poor and working class sons and daughters over there to die, so billionaires can become trillionaires and take control of the oil in Venezuela. The same dude that said, oh, you know, we got to stop all these foolish foreign wars, and we got to stop going to war and all of that. Everything this man said, virtually everything, is a lie. But sometimes he will say the quiet part, what he really intends to do out loud. Because he's been talking about, there was a tweet from 2013. We went to Iraq, we should have taken the oil. This dude really thinks he's like a mob boss. Like but what's going to happen is that mentality, it's not going to harm him. Well, the karma will, but that's a whole different story. We talked about that. But in the meantime, before Orange Hitler and his karma meet up, which is coming soon. It's coming soon, that's all. And karma's real. And to quote the famous philosopher Damaris Jones, karma, you know, she's a slow bitch, but she will eventually show up. Yes, oh yeah. And when she shows up, oh, contraire mon frère, oh, when she shows up, woo, it's gonna be a party, but it won't be the kind of party that Orange Hitler thinks. When he and his karma meet up, when they meet up and have that conversation, and karma says, hey, karma, hey, Donnie, this is your karma, sit down. Oh, yeah, I know you thought. You didn't think that we were gonna meet up. Oh, here we are. We back together again, like a song from Roberta Flack. Donnie Hathaway, have a seat, Donnie. This is your karma. Yes, oh, take your shoes off. Let me take your coat and your shoes. Just relax. Oh, you don't need your phone. You're going to be here for a while. Yes, when karma, the energy you put out into the universe will always find its way back to its original source. And that is you. So whatever karma you put out into the universe, good or bad, it's your energy. And it'll find its way back to you. Always. Guaranteed. And if you don't believe it, like Conway Jones taught me, said just keep living, because you will find out. So I just wanted to acknowledge what happened 5 years ago today. And shout out to the men and women who protected, who stood in the breach. Those police officers, Capitol police officers and Metropolitan police officers in D.C., who literally put their life on the line, to try to keep this violent criminal mob of racist, sexist thugs that stormed the Capitol. They were eventually able to get these criminals out, and over 1,000 of those criminals got convicted until literally the first full day in office. back in January. That would be what, January 22nd? Orange Hitler, Donald Trump pardoned all of those January 6th criminals that were convicted of crimes related to when they stormed the U.S. Capitol and were looking to hang Mike Pence and to kill Nancy Pelosi and Jim Clyburn. And some of these insurrectionists, as they called them, had the nerve to run for office, political office. And many of them, after they were pardoned, they went back to their neighborhoods and communities and towns and cities and committed more crimes. All right, thank you for letting me be a part of your life. As always, God bless each and every one of you, and especially you, God, most of all. Thank you for letting me do the Geno Jones Show live Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern, 6:30 p.m. Central Time, 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Tell everybody to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. We got to support our black-owned businesses. Only need about call to action. 37 new subscribers from becoming a YouTube partner. Yes, 1,000 new subscribers, and YouTube they'll monetize my channel and my media company. So I'll get that YouTube bag. It's so important that we support all black-owned businesses and black-owned institutions. But it is really important that we support black-owned media, because we have to have platforms to speak truth to power. Or as my grandmother would say, tell the truth and shame the devil. That's what we do here every day, Monday through Friday, 5 days a week. That's how we get down right here on the Geno Jones Show. So everybody, please click the thumbs up. Give me your likes. Please do that. Help that trick that algorithm, that YouTube algorithm. Let them know. This is it is one of the fastest growing. Now we've been here 5 years now. All right. One of the realest, most informative, funny shows here anywhere on YouTube. So let everybody know. Tell them to subscribe to this channel for me. Appreciate it. Let me shout out once again. Shout out Murray's Mortuary and Mayor Shardell Murray of the city of Hollywood, South Carolina, supporters, sponsors. This year's first official sponsor of the Geno Jones Show. You will see Mayor Murray on the show frequently. She's doing great things. A black woman, mayor of the city town of Hollywood, South Carolina. She was also in the South Carolina House of Representatives at one time. Just a brilliant, beautiful sister, and really putting in the work. I mean, this sister, the blueprint of how you really work hard to grow your city, to bring investments in, but to bring investments and to bring businesses in that really support the community, to create jobs and opportunity. So shout out to Mayor Shardell Murray. She's been doing her thing and still doing her thing in the city of Hollywood, South Carolina. And her business, family business, Murray's Mortuary. So thank you for being a sponsor of the Geno Jones Show. Shout out to Markel Bailey. He's the official barber and hairstylist for the Geno Jones Show. Check him out on Instagram. Kelby Cutting Up, KELBECUTTINUP. Allie Jones. Allie Jones. Who? Allie Jones. Allie Jones. She is the official wardrobe consultant and stylist for the Geno Jones Show. Let me shout out Mr. Bruce Gage, Mario Uomo. This is a blazer from the Mario Uomo collection. Check him out on Instagram along with Allie Jones. Allie Jones, LX, that's LX.N like Nancy or Nanette. C like Charlie, L like Lexi, LX.NCL_. Bruce Gage. Go to Instagram. So he's on Facebook also. Miglio di Mario Uomo. Just type in the search Mario Uomo. The Uomo is an Italian surname. UOMO. Mario Uomo. UOMO on Instagram. I think you can also find it on Facebook. Yeah, so try that. Miglio is MIGILIO. Miglio DDI. Mario, but just Mario Uomo, UOMO on Instagram. You'll find his page. and the incredible fashion, black-owned business. Been doing it for over 40 years now, for at least about 40 years. I think this will be the fourth decade, right around, he went into business right around this time in the 80s. And I've been doing business with him, so he's family. So shout out to Mr. Bruce Gage. All right, everybody, thank you for watching. Don't forget, please leave your comments in the comment section below. Also below, be sure to click on the thumbs up. Tell everybody to subscribe to the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. Thank you to my number one fan, my mom, and everybody else that was in my chat room. The show is virtual. It's audience participation, so the show is interactive. That's really what I was going to say. The show is interactive. When I'm on camera live, you can talk to me. You can jump in that chat room, and you can post a comment. If you got a question, you want me to shout somebody out on camera, I will do that. So thank you to my mom, Mary Dixon, and all those who were in my chat room tonight. So make sure you do that when you watch the show live. Be sure to leave the comments below. Be sure to click on the thumbs up below. Be sure to share this episode and tag it. So subscribe and share, tag, copy and paste the link. You can put it in a text message. You can copy and paste the link in an email. Share this on your page. Share the show and the link. You can share it and tag it on everybody's page that you know, don't know, love, you like, folks you can't even stand. You can share it and tag their page too. How about that? So I'll see you live. Once again, so we expect, I'm waiting on a phone call, but I spoke to some people working with Will Downing. He's got some new music, so I can't wait to get him on. So we expect to have him on later this week, so we'll keep you posted. All right, everybody. Thank you for watching. I love you. Mwah. We'll see you. If you missed any of this episode, go back. You can go back and watch it, binge watch this and every episode. Make it a Geno Jones Show binge watch evening. You don't need Netflix or Hulu or Amazon Prime. You got the Geno Jones Show and all my back episodes right here on the Geno Jones Show YouTube channel. Tell everybody once again to subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you live Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Chicago, stand up, I see you. 6:30 p.m. Eastern, live in Los Angeles and Las Vegas, and everybody on the West Coast, 4:30 p.m. in the afternoon on Wednesday. Thanks for watching, everybody.
When Geraldine and I tell our girls about growing up in the 80s and 90s, it's like talking about a whole different planet. We used to play outside till the streetlights came on. We drank straight out of the water hose, ran everywhere, explored, got lost, got hurt, busted our knees, our heads, and our butts. Nobody knew where we were, what we were doing, or who we were with. I'm Chris Jones. I'm a rocket scientist, a minister, and a girl dad. And I have a theory about why childhood and everything else feels different now. Because gravity hasn't changed, but the price of a trip to the hospital has. Blue jeans, Jordans, gas, groceries, and health insurance. Everything is more expensive, and it's scaring us out of risk, innovation, and the joy of life itself. It was more affordable to fall, to fail, to get back up. And our parents trusted America enough to let us run free. Bankruptcy was for gamblers and crooked real estate developers, not middle-class families, not teachers, not cancer patients. I'm running for Congress because the fall of the American working class wasn't an accident. It was a political decision. Meet my congressman, French Hill, the most powerful banker in America. He's my opponent, but he's your problem too. He chairs the Financial Services Committee and fights anything that looks like consumer protection. The law to limit overdraft fees to $5.
This is a change that could save American households $5 billion in overdraft charges every year.
French Hill killed it. Yep, they even found a way to make being broke more expensive. If there's anybody who's got to go, it's him. I'm blessed. I studied hard, earned 2 degrees from Morehouse College, then 2 masters and a PhD from MIT. I married my best friend, who's a combat veteran and an ER doctor. God gave us 3 beautiful daughters, and along that journey, I earned the votes of 319,000 Arkansans who believe we deserve better. I have good news for you. You can still go outside till the streetlights come on. We call it organizing. Just you and a few friends fighting for your freedom, standing up for each other. We have 12 months to win this election. We have a poll that makes this a 1-point race and a grassroots organization that has been growing for 3.5 years. This district is full of fighters. We're doing the hard work, and we need you to join us.
Subscribe and tune in to the next episode of The Geno Jones Show, exclusively right here on YouTube.